everyone, to the Subject 4 podcast. We're a fan-made podcast of the Matthias Channel, his 863 series over on YouTube. And hopefully you're watching this on YouTube or Spotify or wherever else we are. We are back on Spotify after some reorganization and all the things that we had to go through. We are back on Spotify. So, yay! So, but I'm so excited that we have this next guest. He's been on the podcast before, but he was as an editor, but now we have him as a freelance guy. We have Garrett. Hi, Garrett.
Hi, everyone.
He's working for himself. Hey, you're like free guy. You're our Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, Lordy almighty.
Well, I mean, when you were an editor, you weren't really part of Subject 4, but now you are, so you're officially Subject 4 material. So.
Yes, I am ready to go.
Yes. So, Garrett's links are going to be down in the description down below. Check him out. We got his Discord, the Lionheart community, and there you can keep track of when he streams. You stream on just Twitch right now, right?
That is correct.
So yeah, join his Discord, keep up to date, join him on Twitch. We also have your Twitter.
Oh, no.
We send him a tweet, everyone. I demand it.
I have ditched Twitter since it's all just downhill from there.
Especially with all the stuff going on in the world. Twitter is so filled with miscommunication and
Twitter is just like that platform where you go on there and you're like, I'm having a good day. You go on Twitter, you're like, I'm having a bad day now.
It's not like TikTok where you can you start crying and then go from crying to laughing to be angry. But when something like comes up on your For You page that makes you angry, you just swipe. Like it's over and done with. It's like a Band-Aid. It's done, and then like a dog got hit by a car and this old lady restores him back to health, and you're like, oh, this is such a beautiful story, and then you just go to like some random chick dancing. Like I love Twitter. I mean, not Twitter. I love TikTok.
I love that that's the one you went to. A dog getting hit by a car.
Everyone has had those videos popped up on their For You page. You cannot tell me that has not happened.
It hasn't happened to me.
It hasn't happened.
Dogs do funny dances.
I always get like either some kind of animal, either a horse or a dog or, a monkey. I don't know. Like I always get that. Mr. Roxo, what's a For You page? Oh, Anarchy Wolf said they had it just yesterday, so it does happen. Like it's one of those that like
I thought it was an algorithm that's like the more you watch something, the more it gives it to you.
Oh no, it does. But it's also it's also an algorithm that if you're in close proximity to someone who's on the app, it will also start sending things that they like to you. Does that make sense? And that's why the American, like everyone was all like, oh no, our phones are communicating to each other. We can't do that. What are phone calls? Calm down.
This weird technology.
We can't have our phones talking to each other. What? I'm so confused. But anyway, that's why you get like TikToks that are like in your area, like your city, and because those are the TikToks that it's gonna cater to you. But I don't know.
The government's listening.
Oh yeah, the government really cares what my For You page looks like. Whatever. The Chinese government. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they really want to know about the dogs dancing. They're like, this guy, that's all he does every day.
We should do that. Like, I've been brainstorming. I have been brainstorming ideas to do for our 1 year anniversary that's going to come up next month. And I even reached out to Matthias. I'm like, give me some ideas. He's like, it's been a year? I'm like, yeah. But maybe we should do that, like going through Artemis
What?
and Nugs's and like all of the podcast staffs for like the liked, like all of our liked ones.
Oh, man.
I'll have to go and unlike some, but
Oh.
I have a very dark sense of humor sometimes, so.
Dark sense of humor's. I don't know. That's my kind of humor, though. Is dark sense of humor. Let's just laugh at it.
Yeah. Dark sense of in the humor, like the joke that I made right before we went on live.
Oh, God.
I like that kind of humor too. So no one judge me. Don't judge me. How dare you judge me? Gary wants us to do a live stream. I don't know. Like I've been thinking about like
That'd be fun.
maybe doing a 24-hour live stream.
Just watch every single episode of Project 863.
If I can get my friend to get off of work, I would love to like go through an episode with him.
Okay.
But like, hey, dude, we're gonna do a slumber party, but you're not sleeping, and you're only watching 863.
Oh, yes.
He would be
Let's
down for
go.
it. He's like, are there gonna be snacks? Yes. Okay, I'm down. He's that kind of friend.
Yeah.
Like if
You
you,
gotta have snacks.
yeah, oh my gosh, he is like the best guy to take on a road trip too. He's like, you pay for the gas, I'll get the snacks, and it equals out in gas, like all the snacks that he brings, it equals out
Every
in
time.
gas. So, but
You know how people have useless superpowers? That's his, where he's like, I can estimate how much snacks there is for this field trip. Don't worry about it.
oh gosh, I remember, where were we going? I think we were going to the Renaissance Festival, and
That sounds like fun.
I love I'm such a nerd, guys.
I
Yes,
have
I
never
love the
been to one.
Renaissance.
I would love to go to one,
So
but Canada doesn't have them.
Oh, well, you should look up like jousting, like if there's a jousting tournament gonna be like in your area, because it's a worldwide sport. Like it's an actual sport. Is this jousting, and you always root for the Blue Knight. I don't care what anyone else says. You root for the Blue Knight. He's like world champion, so. But anyway, I love the Renaissance Festival. But anyway, so he brought the snacks and he brought like 7 different chips. And I'm all like, dude, it's just me and you. It's only like 45 minutes away. And he goes, no, you have to stack them. And there's a certain way you have to stack them. And I'm like, what? And he goes, you remember that rat movie? I'm like, Ratatouille? He goes, yeah, when he has those notes and then he pairs it with like the food with other food and he gets like jazz music in his head. He's like, that's what I'm going to do with these chips. And he did. He found a really good combo for him, but
Oh, that's amazing.
we're fat
Anywho.
kids.
Back to
Anyway, subject 4, right? I can sit here and just chat. But anyway, yeah, if you guys have ideas for our 1-year anniversary, we also have an art contest going on. We want to sell 1-year anniversary merch that is going to be a limited edition. If you are an aspiring graphic designer or artist, submit your designs. It's up on our Discord. There is a contest going on. You will be compensated. That's not how you say that word. How do you say that?
Compensated.
That I am saying it right. But we're gonna pay you for it, okay? It'll be your first. It will be your first commission. Subject for podcast will be your first commission. So that we can use. So the rules are you have to be okay with signing over your design to us. We'll come up with an agreement. I will pay you for your design. Don't worry about it. Like. And I don't care if you're an artist like, oh, I don't want to be paid for it. It's just a privilege. No, shut up. I'm paying you. Take my money. But yeah, so if you are a graphic designer or an aspiring artist and submit it. Like, what's the worst that's going to happen? People look at it and, you come in second place or something. Like, I mean, at least you got your art out there. And it's a good opportunity, I think. We also have actually, I think think this competition ended. We had a writing competition on the Discord. So if you're not on the Discord, where are you? We had a writing contest on to basically sum up 863 series in the one sentence. Boy.
Oh no.
Some of them is submissions. Some people didn't quite get it that it was supposed to be one sentence.
So they did like a whole paragraph.
Yeah, like Retro Raccoon. No. Retro Raccoon wrote "Breaking Walls, Breaking Laws."
That's a good one. That's actually genuinely a good one.
Yep. Panda wrote, "You never know where curiosity will lead you until you find yourself too deep." I like that one. I know. There's some really good ones. Further and further we fall into the endless rabbit hole.
That's a cool one too. That's an Alice in Wonderland reference.
Yeah. Very good, Garrett.
Oh, yay!
Yay! Keys, murder, serum, phantoms. This never ends. You forgot mannequin.
Where's Barry?
We're Barry. Let's talk about Barry. Let's talk. But before we jump into this episode, I do want to remind you all that we have merch. Yay! You just have to go over to s4podcast.com. There you'll see the latest episode of our podcast, our Spotify stuff. You will also see our merch there. We've got t-shirts, we've got crop tops, we've got hoodies, we've got baseball tees. Do you wear baseball tees? I don't, but we got them. Pajama pants.
You got pajama pants now?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's the Artemis Licks TV collection.
Slumber party, everyone's got to wear the subject for a podcast.
Maybe
pajama pants.
Maybe we'll do that. Maybe I'll have to buy myself a webcam, and then when we do our 24-hour live stream, it will be me and my best friend in Artemis Licks TV collection pajama style. Yes. Well, we also have stickers. We have mugs. We've got posters. Nick, Squatting Buffalo, has moved his shop over to our shop. So we have his posters. So if you weren't able to grab a poster that he had made, go ahead and head over to s4podcast.com. And thank you for your purchases that you make over there. It is promoting your platform. All the money goes directly. It's not making me rich or anything. It's going to making sure that your platform is one of the best platforms out there. But anyway, let's get to this episode.
All right.
I'm excited. It was a short episode.
Yes.
It was a very short episode, but I don't know. There was a lot of theories that came.
There's a lot.
A lot of theories. My mouse went away again. Why does it do that? OBS takes my mouse.
But while this episode may be short, it got to the point, and I prefer that more than just random filler. Like, I feel like that this episode and that's why I really enjoyed it, because it just went straight to the point. It kind of helped us more understand, or at least got us to understand more about Phantom X, and also it also talked about at the end of the episode, it really got us excited for what's to come.
Yeah. Sorry. Oh, my mouse decided to show back up.
You're still looking for your mouse?
I don't know why, but OBS takes my mouse away sometimes. Take my mouse away. Sorry. I'm in the singing mood, and I blame Nugs for it.
All right, karaoke night? When?
He was singing earlier. He grabbed his guitar, and we had Kumbaya session before the podcast, so it was really nice. So it is his fault.
Nugs, how dare you?
But let's jump into this episode. We are talking about the episode over on the Matthias Channel, Season 3. He appeared without warning.
Spooky.
I mean, okay, yeah, he did appear without warning.
He just popped into existence.
Pop. Like the fairy godmother in Wizard of Oz. In a bubble. She came down in a bubble, Doug. Sorry. That's a TikTok for you.
That's a
I love that TikTok. Sorry. And I also listened to Distractables before this podcast.
that would definitely help.
Yeah. So yeah, I love those three idiots. But we started off on this episode. They go back. Okay, so we leave off of the previous episode where we are in the motel room of the experiment survivor now / murder victim, I guess.
Yep.
Fatty Batty. That's what I like to call her. So we have Fatty Batty killed by Scary Barry.
I did. That caught me off guard.
I know her real name. Like, I know the full first and last name. But it's just easier for me to say Fatty Batty so I don't accidentally slip the real name out there.
Fatty got
so
killed.
Freaking Matthias cannot blame this podcast for any leaks of Fatty Batty's real name. So, because we've been calling her Fatty Batty. Anyway, she wasn't fat. Okay. Body positivity. So we're in the motel of Fatty Batty. We see the Phantom on the recording. Matthias kind of gets antsy. We got to get this stuff we got to get this stuff in the safe and in a safe place. And so they start heading back and they're collecting their thoughts about the evidence and what they just saw about the double X character that they named it. We didn't name it that. That would have been a dumb name. Just kidding.
X.
Scary Barry. Come on.
Yeah, I would love to hear Matthias just look at him and be like, "Listen, Scary Barry." The
showdown of Matthias and Scary Barry. Yes. Anyway, so we go to the vault, and I thought this was weird. Did you get bad vibes when Matt asked the team to put the file into the safe and he was going to lock up Megadesk?
Yep.
I was all like, hey, no. I was all like, if he handed me the file and said, can you go lock this up? Can I trust you to lock this up while I lock up my desk? I'd be like, no.
Yeah. Can we trust you?
I'm going to burn it as soon as I reach the top stair. like I'm going to eat it page by page. Like, you better come with me. Like, no.
Well, it's the way he said it too as well. It was like, can I trust you? And I don't know, that gave me like chills. I was like,
can we trust you?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I don't know. That just, oof.
No, Matt. You have to follow me up there. I'm going to watch you lock up your office because I don't trust you. Anyway, don't know why that accent happened, but there you go. So we go, our team, so we have to go with them because we're attached to Samantha's shoulder. So we all go up, except for our fearless leader who stays behind. And we go up to lock it into the vault. And the door gets shut behind him because we didn't learn anything from the last seasons. And now we're trapped in the vault. And Sam calls Matt. I like how he's like, why are you calling me? Hey, Matt, we're locked in the vault again. Like, he was acting like this happens like on a daily occurrence. That someone locks himself.
Again.
It happened again. I can see Tanner locking himself in there a couple of times.
Oh my gosh. If Tanner did get locked in that vault, I think Matt would just leave.
Tanner and his behind the scenes rig.
24-hour in the vault.
We want to get rid of this guy for a while, so we'll just lock him in the vault. Hey, there's something in there. There's a spider in the corner. Can you lock it? So they get locked in. They call Matt. As Matt is coming up the stairs with his camera, which is interesting that he grabbed his camera. Double X or Scary Barry is right at the top of the stairs. And he's very scary, this Barry. And he says a bunch of stuff that we will get into a little bit later on in our theories. But basically, he says he wants to speak to the leader of 863, which, isn't that Deb?
Yep.
I thought it was Deb. When did Matt become the leader of 863? The beginning of the season, he said 863 was dead. So that was just a couple months ago. So they kind of have this face-off. And Scary Barry leaves. Matt opens the vault for the team. They check the RSD. And the RSD is now showing 3 pings of active instead of 2 that we saw in the previous couple episodes ago. And then as they're coming down the stairs, Matt gets a ping from John Doe. And John Doe says that he knows who the chalk outline belonged to. And that's where we leave off. It was a short episode. It was 13 whole minutes. But you said you enjoyed the non-fluffy the non-fluffy episode.
I just like I like when an episode just kind of gets straight to the point and shows the content. Like if they did like a snack review, for example, in the middle of this episode, I don't think it would add anything to it other than time. So I just like the fact that they didn't do that and they just got straight to the point, personally.
I agree, but yet disagree. Because of things that happened in season 2, where in season 2, it was always like, go, 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 drama, 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 drama. And we didn't have that, like, we were missing that YouTube vlog style doing that. And so sometimes you need to have those stupid challenges and to, like,
that's true,
to remind us that these are YouTubers and not just, I mean, they're not secret agents. We're not watching an episode of 24 or something like that. No. Like, we're watching Matthias and his friends. Like, this is his vlog channel.
But I mean, at the timeline within it, like, they just came back from a scene where somebody just got murdered.
Murder.
And Matthias is acting real weird through every episode. It does make sense that there is none of that kind of like those moments, like a snack review, for example, or so, or any moments.
That does make sense. Like the last time that we knew about a murder, they jumped into a Discord runs my life video.
They definitely did.
To like get away from that. And I remember being on that SOS chat and being like, what the fuck? I hate, wait, what? Like, this is not an SOS call. Like, I was pissed during that SOS call. And I wasn't the only one. But then when
upset.
When Woods
so mad.
I was livid. I was like, because another thing is like, because I'm always like, when I'm watching an episode or there's a post made by Matthias or Bailey or anyone by the team, or there's an SOS chat, there's always the, how can I turn this into a podcast for Subject 4? Like, I always have that like creator hat on. And when it was like, we're going to do a lightsaber battle, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to talk about this. Like,
Well, the funny thing is, I was an editor at the time, and I saw that episode before it was released, and I was watching it, and I was like, "Oh, people are going to feel like, what in the heck just happened?"
Yeah, I'm all like, I'm sorry.
That was funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Did you ever watch? Wait, how old are you again? You're only like 24, huh?
Did you wait? What?
You're only 24, huh?
No,
How old are you?
I'm 28.
What? I thought you were younger. You've got such a baby face.
I do. I look very young for my
Yeah,
age.
I thought you were 24.
It's crazy. I do look like I'm like 22 years old. Like
Mm.
I'll go to like a market and they'll always like suspect me to be like 18
Well,
every time.
did you ever watch? I think it's too old for you, but did you ever watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Oh yeah, I love that show.
Okay, so there was that one season where they just randomly threw in that Buffy had a sister.
Oh yeah.
There was like 6 seasons. She's an only child. We watched her mom die. Like, well, no, that was like after this. But, and then all of a sudden, she has a sister named Dawn. What? And there was like a whole new room in the house that we've never seen before. And I'm all like, what? And I remember thinking, am I going crazy? Throughout the whole season, I'm all like, I hated Dawn. I still kind of hate Dawn, that character Dawn. And the people, you know, she kind of grew on me in the last season. I think it was season 7 was the last season. But it did turn out that there was here you go, squatter. There was a manipulation in her timeline. She never had a sister, but somebody manipulated her timeline into believing that she had always had a sister. But the audience was still like, wait, what? So when I saw the SOS thing, I immediately got flashbacks to Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Dawn. And I'm all like, I hate it!
I'm not gonna lie. I thought if anyone's gonna have that kind of moment, it was gonna be the hospital episode. To be brutally honest.
No, the hospital episode, I thought, like, I remember so many theories coming out of the hospital episode. Like, the clock changing. We're like, it's gotta mean something, the different times on the clock. Yeah. Like, I remember jotting, like, it was fun. Look, that was a fun episode for me. The doctor was creepy as hell.
Yeah,
the people in the waiting room are creepy. The clock's changing. I'm like, I love this episode. Like, I'm like jotting down like everything. I'm like, okay, one guy had like he was reading this book in this newspaper and he wore this color mask. Like, I was jotting every single detail down because I thought there was so many, and there could be so many hidden clues in that episode. God. And then
you'll never know.
And I remember scouring through that episode for clues. And the one clue that everyone on Reddit picked up, I never picked up on. The date on Matthias's laptop was 863.
But hold on. Apparently everybody thought that the episode had some sort of hidden message in the music.
Oh,
what?
We still think that, because the thing about Mike Badal, so he's done it for seasons 1 and 2. I'm thinking about reaching up and grabbing I forgot to take my medicine today. Oops. Sorry.
I've heard every single theory about that episode, because when that episode was released, I was reading all the comments and everything at the time when it went live. And that's the first time I've ever heard that one. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, really? Well, people still are looking for running themes, because Mike Badal likes to have, like, we have the D+W theme. We've got the Phantom theme. We've even got a Nelson, like every time Nelson is mentioned, we have a span of music. So now everyone has kind of picked up on that. But we don't know what season 3's themes are going to flow with. So, like, when we talk about, like, even when we talk about Deb or, D3B, it has a specific music.
Yeah.
So people are trying to pick up these themes, this music theme. So let's say we introduce a new character, Barry, Scary Barry. So now when Scary Barry is in a scene, we will remember that music. So if they're going to talk about George Costanza, sorry, I don't, yes, that character just popped in my head. But George Costanza, the random Tanner or Bailey talks about George Costanza and it plays Scary Barry's theme music, we now know that George Costanza could be Scary Barry's real person. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it makes complete sense.
So yeah, there's a lot that music, like Mike Badal's telling a story behind the scenes without a lot of people even knowing. So
that's so brilliant.
But we do have, like, I'm a little bit, no, not a little bit. I was in band for 9 years, but I have a music background, so I'm paying attention in the music. I never pay attention in the music the first run through of an episode. But if you go back and watch it again, the only thing I am doing is I'm picking up on the speech and I'm picking up the music. So,
all right.
Which we had a lot of things. You have, Ink Night. Ink Night definitely has been going through the music and has actually been documenting like what key notes each character has. So
yeah,
I'm still wondering though if Subject 4 has any music, if Mike Badal's written any music for us that we haven't picked up on. So
yeah, when it comes to music, that's the only thing I can't talk about.
Sure you can.
No. Let's just say everything is intentional.
I take back everything I said in the beginning. You are no longer Subject 4. No, I'm just kidding. Kidding. You have
right,
you have you can't leave.
No,
Contractually obligated.
I know I have a contract, everything here. My lawyers are looking into it.
I don't have him duct taped into a room somewhere.
No, not at all.
Never.
Please. No.
Save me. Hold on. There was a picture you wanted to talk about. I want to get that picture up. I get lost in my own Discord, guys. I'm sorry.
We all do.
I think it's only the older generation. I don't think it's this younger generation that gets lost. I think it's just like me, you, Matt, Nick. Soroxa doesn't because he's a wizard. Yes, he's a wizard.
He kind of looks like a wizard. I can see that.
Yeah. Okay. Where am I going to put this? I'm going to put it over here. All right, I'm just getting this picture. I should have done this earlier, but we were talking about inappropriate things.
Oh, no.
Well, okay. Let's go to the theory of timelines.
All right.
What do you think? Because basically we had a Buffalo hop on before we went live. And he said, we need to talk about the timelines. What do you think he meant by that?
Okay, all right, okay. So I think it's because their theory of Matthias from the future. That was a theory that has been going around through not just Spellbound, but through this community. And also, I believe I saw a message from the Buffalo Man himself saying that, yes, this is what I believe in. So that is a theory he wants us to talk about, is time travel in the show. Which personally, to me, I'm just going to say this now, time travel makes everything complicated in every single thing that's ever been written. It's complicated. Time travel makes anything complicated. So I don't think that's the route personally, but hey, that's just my personal thoughts on that.
I have seen the theory that it's Matt, and it stemmed from the last episode. People were watching his movements and comparing Matthias to the door of the motel and then comparing the Phantom to the door. And I used to do this. I used to compare heights back in season 0. I was comparing heights to what we thought was safest at the time. And I stopped doing that because I learned that there are more than one person on the planet with that height.
No, what are you talking about?
Like, there are more people out there that are 6 foot tall.
Wait, you're telling me there's somebody that's 6 foot like me? What?
How tall are you?
I'm 6 feet, but
I'm 5 foot 6 feet.
No. Sorry,
I don't believe you.
My brain just got confused for a second. I'm 6 feet.
Oh, you're okay. Okay, guys, you guys heard it here first. Garrett's the
No, don't you dare pin me to be Scary Barry.
You're Scary Barry. So
I am the ghost.
what I was doing, okay, back in season 0, when I was doing that, I was certain that what we thought was Nelson, which was really B27, I really thought it was Woods. And because like there was, so that's why I was comparing heights. And every single time I took that guy's heights and did like, I was like comparing, I was doing comparisons on objects, like the average height of a door in the United States and the average like footstep, like the steps in the United States. It always came out different.
Yeah. Yep.
BTS wasn't the same person.
By the way, just a heads up. That didn't work.
Yes. So I don't know. I stopped doing the whole height comparison because it doesn't make sense. It could be anybody. It could be, Gary Reynolds could be 6 foot tall. Scott Claret could be 6 foot tall. I mean, I couldn't see his shoes in the motel. Maybe he was wearing platforms.
Yes. 6-inch platforms.
It's one of the Spice Girls, like.
Baby. It's baby.
No, it's got to be Scary Spice because it's Scary Barry.
I'll still say.
It's one of the Spice Girls, guys. Oh my gosh. I forgot what generation we're talking to. They were like, the Spice what?
That's not, why did you have to go like there? The Spice what? Who's the Spice Girls?
You do that too well. Too well. Those are some spicy girls.
Oh man, I love that.
I don't know. But so I stopped doing the whole height comparison, and I'm sorry if you guys we're doing it. It's just take it from somebody who's done it. It like literally it leaves you mad. Because you go a little bit insane. Because now you're going through Team Edge's videos, looking at everyone who walks by a door and measuring them. Like,
oh my God.
And you're going by like dope or nope, and like it's just a rabbit hole you guys don't need to go down.
Artemis, people also grow too, just a little bit.
Outwards.
No. But if like Woods, I don't know how old Woods was when he joined, but
well, no, I mean you do shrink throughout the day. You are the shortest height you'll ever be after a long day of work and standing on your feet. At the end of the night, you're shorter than what you were in the morning because gravity compresses the spine. So you do kind of shrink as the day go on. But is that going to be noticeable in film? No, I'm not.
no.
I'm not that detailed. I'm not watching it in 4K and like trying to compare it to the millimeter. Like,
Oh God.
no. But There's a
Yeah,
lot of
don't do
people
that.
out there who want me to, and I'm all like, no, I'm tired, guys.
Guys, don't go by height. Ever.
Honestly, there are more clues that are right in front of her face. I have even been told by the big man himself, they're right in front of her faces.
I'm not surprised.
uh,
Well, the other reason why people think it's Matthias is because, well, there's other two ones I've heard. One of them is the voice, the voice, and the speech patterns and the way that the Phantom talks is very similar to Matthias's. And the second is also the mask has a bunch of 0 and a 1 on him. Subject 1. So a lot of people have speculation on that too.
I saw oh, sorry. Nugget sent me a DM a half an hour ago. Oops. Amon pointed this out. I have to go back and find it, but Amon found somebody on Reddit who had gone through the here it is. I will post this. Oops. No. If you guys are interested in this, I will post it in the chat and on YouTube. Somebody went through, and I don't know how accurate it is, but it did spark a lot of conversations over on Reddit that somebody went through and actually digitized, like tried to take out the speech manipulator.
Oh, the effect.
Yeah, and it actually sounds like more like a woman.
Interesting.
So yeah, let me post this over on the YouTubes. Here you go, YouTube. If you want to check that out, it is a post on Reddit done by Seowalk. I don't know who's Seowalk. SEOWOOK. Did you listen to it, Garrett?
Yeah, I just did. It's so difficult.
Because it didn't eliminate. The only problem I have with this edit is it didn't eliminate the effect.
No, it didn't. Just increase the pitch, to be honest.
Yeah, it just increased the pitch.
And I'm gonna tell you right now that it's not just a pitch change for this mask. You can tell. Like, it's not just that, doesn't just change the pitch of the mask itself. Like, you can tell there's more. The more that's being morphed than that.
Yeah, it sounds like he has marbles in his mouth. I'm sorry. Can you replay Chubby Bunny? Can you win? Take the marshmallows out. Scary berry.
You have a bunch of berries in your mouth.
Are they blueberries or raspberries?
God. Okay. Anywho. So that's why, to me, that doesn't really like make me go like, oh yeah, that sounds like a female. To me, it just sounds like the pitch was just increased.
Yeah. But it's definitely sparked a conversation over on Reddit. So if you want to partake in that, I honestly, I listened to it, it didn't remove the problem with it is it didn't remove the effect, and it doesn't sound like the effect was trying to be removed, but the pitch was raised. I would really love it to be a woman because it'd be like double X chromosomes, girl power, like, and everyone's all like, oh, it's gotta be Deb, because Deb wanted them to shut off the spire, to find the spire and to shut it off. Oh, okay. Sorry. There's a difference between Deb and D3B. D3B told them to shut it off.
Right.
Yeah, because I want to keep those characters separate because still don't know who was running. We didn't see who was running D3B.
Yes, we've never seen who D3B is, so it could be a separate person.
Yeah. So that was. Let's talk about the picture.
The picture.
The picture that you.
Oh, that picture.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm trying to get it up for YouTube.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I have
Because
so many.
this picture's interesting.
All right, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. So what we're looking at, and YouTube can see it now, is we're looking at the reflection of when Matt had the camera pointed at him, and we can see the reflection of the window. The not the window.
No, not the one.
But you said it last time. That's why I'm saying it.
Yeah, I know.
We're seeing the reflection of what's up on the staircase. And well, go ahead, tell us your theory, because I think I know where you're going with it.
All right. So, well, this episode was really weird, not just only from this reflection, but also the editing too. And it's something that I really noticed it. And maybe I noticed it like hardcore because, you know, I was an editor at one point. But the one thing that's tricked my mind was, well, let's first talk about the image. The image does not have the reflection of the Phantom X or Barry. Now, Artemis said there's like in that same photo, you could see like two squares underneath it. That's a glare because I just checked on another section of.
It's a glare of X's. No,
it's not a glare of X's. But there, if you look at another screenshot or a different section where Matt is talking to Phantom X, you can clearly see the railing on the side, and there's no one there. Like there's no one there. Here, I'll post it on here. One moment. Oh, someone saying happy birthday to Zoe. Oh, it's airport. You can clearly see the railing on the left-hand side of the reflection, and then that entire top part is where you would see a reflection of the Phantom itself, but he's not there. Another thing to note too as well, every time Matt switches from himself to the Phantom, there's a cut in between the movement of the motion blur between shifting from facing Matt to Phantom X. And I can prove this because there's even a color balance change too as well for each shot. So there is intentional edit changes there, which makes me kind of question everything. So my theory is that, well, my original theory is, and there's a wrench in the theory, I do know that, but my theory is that Matt is not talking to anybody. He's talking to himself, and that he's having a fight or kind of
inner dialogue.
An inner dialogue with himself out loud, because even the group can hear Matt, but they never say they can hear the Phantom. But that's my theory, is that he's talking to himself, and that Phantom X is Matthias. aka hold on, why he says the ghost too as well, emphasizing on ghost. Another thing too as well to note is that Matthias's actual changes in his in his demeanor too as well through the episodes, aka the time where he just put in a code and magically the vault just opens, and another time too as well he tries to smash the actual camera when that doesn't seem like a reasonable idea. Also does make me feel like that he is being controlled, and that Phantom X is the person that's controlling him, is second psyche being controlled by Syntec. Now, the only wrench in this entire theory, because it makes sense in my opinion, and also the themes of season 3, but the only reason why I even debate on it is the dot. That is the only part where I'm like, but wait, that doesn't make any sense. That's the only part where my theory is just like, but if it is Matthias...
I don't think it's the only part, because there's a couple of people in the audience that are poking holes.
Well, I haven't read the comments yet.
Okay. Tessa C wants to know, why does Subject 4 see him?
No, but so I do believe that the actual outfit does exist, but it's Matthias being controlled on other without the team's knowledge or points. So they did record him actually at the actual hotel But this conversation here, the Phantom doesn't physically exist, in my opinion, or that's what I thought. But then again, they throw in the RSD, which makes me question everything. Because then,
the RSD and the fact that there is a scene, there is a where we cut to the vault and we can hear the Phantom. I know. Okay, I know the scene that you're picturing in your head, and it's Gollum versus Smeagol type of thing.
I was thinking Fight Club more.
Okay, Fight Club, but there still would not be any documented, like, how are we seeing this person coming down the stairs like that?
Yes, that is another factor too, as well. That's another wrench in this theory too, as well.
In order for us to also hear the voice in the vault, Matthias would have to have the mask, put it on, take it off.
That'd be amazing.
Put it on, take it off.
Just imagine, like, he's like, okay, let's show off the content, and they show it off, and you just see Matthias run up the stairs and put on a mask and run down the stairs.
But I'm the same age as Matt. We don't have the energy.
No. But like another theory that somebody said, because there's a lot of people that also thought this too as well, is that Matthias is editing the content before giving it out to Quinn. That was another theory too, to explain that point. But the RSD still doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like, I can add, like, oh, it's this reason, this. But the RSD, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
The voice being captured in the vault is questionable. And, yeah, but I don't know.
But it's just weird that it's, like, edited that way. It's like, that's got to be intentional.
We did have Matt, when the police officer showed up, he's like, let me grab my camera. Like, and, you know, if he gets a phone call from Sam and goes, hey, we're locked in the vault again. Can you save us? I can see him grabbing the camera for that. And being like, what are these kids doing? Like, this can go up as a YouTube short. Like,
are they juggling serum in there?
They're chug.
They got that 1 liter in there. They're like, yeah, let's go.
Woods is doing a keg stand on the big serum bottle. Sorry.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
No, it wouldn't.
It's vodka.
It's vodka.
But
yeah.
So, what's your thoughts, Artemis?
I have a couple of, like, grr moments.
Grr?
Like, when they pull up, Matt says, we made it so if you get into the vault, you can't come out of the vault. Mm-hmm. I can get out of the vault the same way I came in, Matthias. You put shelves now. I can use that as a ladder to get out. Like,
oh yeah. That's a very flawed way of thinking.
But the way he's like, well, he came in from the top, but he can't come out. And I'm like, he can come out of the top.
You came from the top. You can see from the top.
Okay. The way I see Matthias in this scenario was, so my sister got a new kitten. And we had this box. And the box was it was like a perfect size for the kitten to slide into. And he got his arms and legs out so he can actually run around while the box on top of him. And he ran into the wall and he stopped. Like, he didn't know how that he could just back out of the box and get out. Like, in his head, he was trapped. And I'm like, people don't think like that. Like, it's all like, I don't know. This is, he can get in, but he can't get out. Well, why? I know for a fact you still haven't done anything in the crawl spaces. You didn't put the Nest cameras up there like I told you to. what's stopping this guy from just climbing back out? So
What if they just like crash through the ceiling?
anyway, that bothered me. What was another thing that bothered me? Another thing that bothered me was I would not have been all like, okay, we'll go put this in the vault for you. I would have been like, no, you either come with me or I'm going to eat it page by page at the top of the stairs. Like, no, you're coming with. I'm not taking my eyes off of you because you're suspicious. And how dare you assume that you can't trust me? But another thing is this episode, I have named this, it took me forever to come up with the podcast episode, but I named it The Enemy Within. And clearly this Phantom X knows Subject 4's mood better than Matthias does. And so he has to be a subscriber to the podcast.
Hey, if you're listening, you know what you need to do.
I just told you how to get back out of the vault. At this point, I don't care.
Artemis' accomplice.
I'm totally like that because he's not listening to me. So, I mean, if the bad guy listens, at least somebody listened. That's at the point that I'm at right now. But so I named it that way. So you can take this episode that the enemy is amongst us and within us. And that they are on the Reddit. They could be a +863 member. They could be on the official Discord. They could be listening to the podcast and listening to our voices right now. He could be. You could take it that way. But another thing is I named it The Enemy Within because maybe we are the enemy for ourselves. Ooh. And I believe that our doubt in Matthias and our team and constantly sussing Bailey, Woods, Sam, Matt. Maybe our doubt is one of the problems that we have. And that the enemy, the truth, like Syntec doesn't have to do anything because we already have the enemy in us. Another way you can take the title to this podcast is that Matthias has this internal battle. So he has the enemy within. And maybe we all have the enemy within because we are all doubting. And in seasons 1, we all doubted Deb. We doubted Deb in seasons 2. And maybe the doubt that we have towards people that are supposed to be our friends, like a lot of people are sussing John Doe, a lot of people are sussing Wes, a lot of people are sussing Matthias, sussing Woods. Maybe we need to just stop and just see where the evidence is pointing and not go with our emotions. Does that make sense?
That does make sense. That's a lot more philosophical than I expected.
I know. Coming from me.
No, that's not what I meant.
But I mean, there are 3 different ways that you can take this and I remember, so it was early this morning. I was asking my group of friends, the moderators, and I was all like, I really need a podcast title. And they were like, look who showed up, or like, and using the double X.
Good ones.
They were like playing on the double X, and I'm like, no, because there's more of a different theme going on here. There's 3 types of things that are happening, and it's all internal. We have an enemy inside Subject 4. We have the enemy inside of every single individual person in Subject 4, and it's called doubt. We have an enemy that's inside of Matthias that could be brainwashing him. It could not, but it's not. He's not behaving like Matthias. And I mean, Zoe, is Zoe still here? Zoe will watch the episode and she'd be like, I freaking hate Matthias. Matthias! Like, she just goes nuts on him. And
Damn.
I'm like, there's a lot of people out there like that. I would say maybe about 60% of Subject 4 that is like that right now. This like tension and this like, it's been building and building and building where we just start falling apart. We do not trust our Subject 1 anymore.
Yeah.
And he is now starting to push us away. And we're backing up. We're not like saying no, we're still here. Like we're supposed to. We're just like, oh fine, you want to be that way? Like I posted a meme. I posted a meme where he was, pointing a gun at us and saying that we killed subject. We killed
I saw that.
the experiment survivor. And the next frame in the meme, I'm pulling a bazooka at him. like, instead of doing that, let's not look at the evidence with emotions or assumptions. Let's see where the evidence is actually pointing. Because evidence is cold, hard facts. And as scientists, and we're dealing with a bunch of scientists, we have to just start looking at the facts. Facts is, yes, Matt has not been himself. He's still Matt. He is still Subject 1. So we still got to have that kind of respect. But we still got to reach him and throw him in a cage somehow. Sorry.
Throw him in the cage.
We need a Faraday cage. Bailey, I'll teach you how to build one. It's not hard.
Bailey, come on, you got this.
You're our honorary member of Subject 4. You got this. You can do it.
Oh, that's
But
funny.
anyway, I think honestly this is the perfect title. I think this is a running theme that is going on in this series. Throw the freaking ghost hauntings away, because once they bought that thing off of Etsy, and I've never heard of that kind of device, I was like, wait a minute.
That's not true.
Like, I don't know, but let's not listen to the enemy within, because it's like almost like we have a Siphus already amongst us and sowing seeds of doubt. So
That's true.
And where we cannot put doubt is we cannot put doubt in evidence. And we need to start looking through the evidence. And I'm not meaning like screenshots of, sorry, Garrett, but like the glare. I'm talking about the evidence, the cold hard evidence of Syntec, paper trail. That's evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is under suspicion. And you can still watch it, build kind of theories off of it. But you have to realize that that's not concrete proof.
Well, exactly. And that's why when it comes to my thought process on actual Phantom X, I 100% easily could be wrong. It could be something else completely. That
could be a woman. It could be a figment of imagination. It could be Nelson Siphus in the flesh. It could be. Don't know. Yeah, it could be a whole new character that we've never seen before.
Exactly. And that's why I always say after, talking about, my ideas or theories is saying, but that's what it is. It's a theory. It's not concrete evidence that this is actually what's happening.
Yeah.
And I do agree that I feel like, because I'm guilty of this, when I have been really upset with Matt when it comes to, or Matthias, when it comes to the decisions that he's made through these episodes and the way he chooses his words to specific moments. But thinking about it more logically now, I think this is also could be a test to see, well, do we abandon him or do we keep? Or do we stay with Project 863? Do we stay with Subject 1, Subject 2, and Subject 3?
And I think another harder question is, do we stay with Deb?
Yes, that's another question too.
Because these phantoms say that they don't want the Spire on. But yet, the way that they whoever, he, she, they Scary Barry, how he manipulated the mannequin into moving it and going to.
How did he do that? That's another thing or how did they do that? That was another thing I always like when they.
Well,
thought it was the guy
if
on
you
the
have
roof.
access to the roof, if you watch that episode again, they were saying exactly where they're going to go. So you just wait for them to leave, grab the thing, run across the roof where they have to actually walk across the parking lot. And they don't just walk across the parking lot. They have to go get snacks, or they have to stop and talk about it, or they have to like, oh, what's that? Like, so, I mean, the way how distracted our team gets, it's really easy to probably outrun them to where they said that they're going to go.
The security is weak.
It did. But one of the things that bothers me is the power of negative suggestion. You tell somebody, don't do this, don't do this. There's a lot of like kids where parents will do it to their kids. They'll put a piece of chocolate in front of the kid and say, don't eat this until I come back. When I come back and you have not eaten this, I will give you 2 pieces of chocolate. But you have to wait. Don't eat this piece of chocolate. But once you put that negative into a person's psychology, they want to do it even more.
Yep.
It's like, you put the thought in my head, like, now I want to do it more. Like, and there's very few kids that actually don't eat the piece of chocolate. If the kid can distract themselves, like I've seen where kids all of a sudden, like a pet comes into the room and they get distracted from that negative object, then they won't do it. So I'm having this problem of, they were like, don't turn off the spire, don't turn it off, and Deb told us to destroy it. It's like, it's almost like this like negative, like they think they need to turn it on, and maybe we're playing right into the enemy's hand by turning it on, and they're pretending that they don't want it.
Well, Phantom X could also be doing the same thing too.
I know, when it just bothers me. I want to go back through the research, and I want to figure out, who cares who Phantom X is? Who cares? It does not, in the grand scheme of things, does not matter. We are approaching a decision whether we turn on the spire or turn it off. We have to figure out what it does, what it's supposed to be doing. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? To us, not towards like someone else's opinion, like Deb's opinion or Wes's opinion. Is this a good or bad thing to our subjects? 1, 2, 3, and 4. That is the most important discovery that we can make. And the one thing that bothers me is that we have this subject change file, and it says that the spire is turning into Project 863. Then isn't it a good thing? Like, anyway, I know. I want more data. I want the paper trails. I want to figure out this mystery. I don't care how he did the hauntings. I don't care who he is. I want to know what the spire is, and I want to know what do we do? What is our game plan when we do find it? That is the most important thing that we should be doing. That is where our focus, not measuring heights on doors. That should be Subject 4's focus right now.
Just getting PTSD. Like, oh.
I know. Oh my God. The hours I wasted in season 1. Oh, steps too. Like, because
Stop.
if a step is half an inch off, people, either direction, people trip. So there's a legal height to a step.
Already.
I know. Okay, sorry.
Oh no. I feel pained.
Oh God. I'm like, in seasons 1 and 2, I was the person with the red thread connecting everywhere in their room. Pictures everywhere, and be like, ah! I was showing my real life friends who know nothing about 863, and they're like, You need to calm down.
You need
I
to step
no,
away.
because
Just
if we
relax.
don't, Mac is in danger. Like, and what's funny is now that I know the guy personally, I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, he's fine. He can live.
Yeah.
That's good.
Anyway,
But I do agree. I do agree that one of the things we need to figure out is what the Spire truly does, or if it's been tampered or whatnot, to find out
That's another, yeah.
if
What-
we do actually want to turn it on, or we're running on emotions here, and also that we're being distracted too much.
There's
little
too
nitty-gritty
much
details.
misdirection.
Mhm.
And is Squatter here? No, Squatter's not here. Squatter can tell you in every magic trick you have to have misdirection. And I feel like we are being led somewhere where we don't want to go. And we are being pushed in a direction. And it's not by our own intuition. It's just for turning it on or turning it off out of spite.
Yeah, and that's even what Matthias said.
Yeah,
Says,
that's
"I just wanna
exactly
just
why
not
I
have
said it.
spite."
I think we're playing. We gotta be smarter. We gotta think for ourselves here.
Yes.
So whether we come up to the Spire and Matt is in his I have my bat mood,
No, oh, no.
maybe subject 4 is like you take a swing. We're not gonna be here next season. Because we gotta we have to start thinking for ourselves here. We can't just be going willy-nilly of what Deb says, what Wes says, what now Dos Equis says.
Dos Equis.
I have gone from Scary Berry to Dos Equis. I used to call it, when I was in college, I used to call it Dos Ickies. Because it's icky twice.
No.
It's icky twice.
Dos Equis.
Dos Ickies.
Oh, that's amazing.
Do we have people in the audience? Do you know how to bring people up and in the audience, or do I need to do it?
I can do it.
Okay, so if you have a theory, for the longest time I was not watching chat. I'm very sorry for that. But I was looking up evidence and stuff. But I am watching chat right now, both with YouTube. So if you have a theory, YouTube or Discord, and you don't feel comfortable hopping up on stage, I know it's a terrifying thing. It's in front of a lot of people. We understand that. Just go ahead and comment down below. What are your theories? And if you're watching this in the future, hi, how are the flying cars? But but if you are watching this in the future, go ahead and comment down below what your theories are. And let us know if you were correct, because if you're in the future, you might already know what is going on and what the Spire already is. So, Artie is abandoning us? What?
Wait, what's happening?
I don't know.
What have you done?
Wanda
No.
the ghost said Artie is abandoning us. Oh, yeah. Yes. Sorry. Moderators, go ahead and hop up. If you have something, you don't have to wait. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry,
Inkling.
I prefer asking.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
It's
didn't
okay.
give you guys the okay beforehand. But yeah, definitely hop on up. She's
I-
abandoning us.
The okay would not have reached us. We woke up like an hour ago.
Oh, okay.
Basically, when I'll be honest, we kind of skimmed through the episode, and I don't remember lots of details.
It was only
But-
13 minutes long. If you skim through it,
Sure.
you got it.
Basically, yep.
But yeah, this entire confrontation between Matt and, oh god, I'm gonna start sounding old, but does anybody here remember the original Teen Titans?
The
'Cause-
comics, or
You
are
just
No,
we
think
talking?
you
not the
feel
comics.
old by bringing up
2003
Teen Titans?
Yeah,
cartoons.
you think
The
you're
2000
old? I said comics.
I don't blame you. The comics are
Oh.
good. The comics are good. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm talking about the 2003 TV show that had that super wonky anime style.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remembered immediately this one episode where Slade, one of the main villains, the entire team assumes that he's gone except Robin, and he goes to their basement, messes around with Slade's mask and some kind of dust, and he breathes in some kind of dust that he doesn't really know what it is, and he starts hallucinating Slade's presence whenever it was dark. Along with that, I don't really remember why, but the stress was like physically harming Robin, and I don't know. It gave a sense of realism to it because it's like it's not saying, oh, Robin's imagining something completely imaginary. No, it's being drawn from his own experiences, aka fighting Slade, and um and oh gosh, I just lost my train of thought. But yeah, it's drawing from something that he has seen and he has fought. If XX is a hallucination in this episode, you notice that you only see him from the front, and even then you don't really have lots of detail. The focus is all on the glasses, because Matt has seen his general posture with the glasses. He can kind of guess how tall he is because he saw the footage. We only start seeing XX like IRL after Matt and the team saw him in the footage.
I'm gonna pull you away from Garrett's theory, and I'm going to put you in mine.
Okay.
So my whole theory is like the whole like the enemy within. Matt has mentioned many times in the previous episodes of betrayal. And have you been betrayed? Because I have. And I remember thinking, okay, Woods, I mean, he admitted it. He is now back on the team. He's trying to make it right. Let it go, bud. But then I got to thinking about Deb. Matt really trusted Deb. And
Yeah.
in season 1, when on the absolute date, we had Matt furious because, well, not furious, but prepping for war because he's defending his kids. And he trusted Deb with his kids, with us. And to find out that Deb was a murderer, I think it hurt him. And I think now with your theory, he could be seeing a betrayer around every corner. Because he was pushing Sam away. He's pushed Woods away. He was trying to push Subject 4 away. But I ain't going anywhere, Matt. No. But
Matt's, like my favorite song from Keen, Bend and Break. Matt is closer to breaking than he is to like unbend.
a haunted hypnosis is what you were talking about.
Haunted is the name of the episode. Hypnosis like immediately goes for the summary of the episode.
Okay.
But yeah, it's actually one of our favorite episodes of the series.
Well, I want to kind of, because I want to draw parallels of the betrayal of Deb, and now he feels betrayed from Woods, and he feels like he's sensing betrayal from all of us.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of see
that.
I kind of see that as a kind of psychosis thing. Like he's expecting it now.
Yeah, it does count as psychosis because it's a disturbed way of viewing reality that is not true, and that can go for multiple ways. It doesn't need to like necessarily cause you hallucinations. It can be just a very thick belief that everything is gonna go wrong, and you cannot do anything to stop it.
Yeah. So, I mean, is that what the serum does? Builds upon your biggest fear to control you?
Like Scarecrow.
Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still very pro hallucination, but even
I don't.
then,
The only
if
reason
it's
why
not
I
with
don't
consent,
like the hallucination is the RSD. That.
sorry, hallucination, hypnosis. My bad.
Oh, okay.
But here's the thing: if they can't get consent, then they need something else to like make the effect stronger.
Yeah.
Well,
Fear
what
is a very strong factor.
in hypnosis? Hypnosis is just the power of suggestion. So no ordinary person would get up during a magic show and because a magician told him to stand on a table and cluck like a duck. Nobody is going to do that. But when you're under a power of hypnosis and the power of suggestion, it is the hypnosis, the person who's doing the hypnosis, it's their job to suggest it to you like it's a great idea for you to jump up on that table and cluck like a duck.
Yeah.
Go Duck Army. But I had to do a little shout out to them.
Don't start the wars. I can feel the war.
I'm not on anyone's war. I'm just the proud owner of this Discord. Not owner, but the podcast that has created these armies. So, but
Hannah wants you on the Artemis side. You do not have any choice.
I will never join. Never join until you can make me look pretty.
It's pretty horrifying.
I know. I remember.
Hey, you said it yourself. It's still pretty. Horrifying with pretty.
Before Hannah became a mod, I sent that to Matt. And he's like, why would you send that to me? I'm like what you created. Like it was his fault.
Look what you've done.
Look what you did. This is your fault. There's no way I'm encouraging this. But I like that theory, Ink Knight. I really do.
Yeah. You go. I'm using my all Gen Z above 2006 do not have the possibility to have this knowledge unless they are vintage, quote unquote vintage, and like looking back on 2003 cartoons.
Good old times.
Good old time. Back when cartoons could be whatever. It's funny. Teen Titans originally aired when Cartoon Network was still in English here in Portugal. Only in 2010, no, only 2007-ish, it got like dubs and everything. So I still saw the Powerpuff Girls in English. Oh my god, I feel old now.
Oh,
you guys suffer.
You feel old?
Yay!
No,
Hey,
I felt old earlier when I mentioned the Spice Girls and Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
The Spice Girls are perfectly okay.
When did Buffy come out?
1999 was it or something?
It's about the same age as the original Sailor Moon. It's chill.
1997.
That's old.
It's about the same age as the original Sailor Moon. It's fine.
That's old. Those people are
It is.
people that were born when Buffy was airing are having babies right now. Like
it's a circle of life.
That's a weird thought.
I was 10 years old when Buffy the Vampire Slayer came out.
We have Nugs.
It's a nugget.
Yeah, I can join now.
Yeah.
Are you here to get mad at me for not answering your DMs?
I didn't answer. He can't get mad at you. I didn't answer his either.
Yeah. You didn't answer my text either.
Hashtag ignore Nugs Day. It's official.
No, it's not. You know what? That's fine because I have to leave really soon anyway. Mm-hmm. So then the rest of the day I probably won't even be around until like later. So it won't even matter. No, you would answer, thanks, Southern. Thanks.
Did you Southern the
We're
butt
best
kisser.
friends, man. Just kidding.
Did you have a theory, Nugs?
Yeah, did you have a
I-
theory?
I just hopped up here. I don't really have any theories. Like, I think everything that I would have brought up was already brought up by people. You guys kind of already brought up the reverse psychology thing.
Mm-hmm.
That was something I had kind of thought of. I was like, what if
It's
they want him to think this way?
It's just too convenient.
It really is, yeah.
That you turn on the spire and all of a sudden it disperses all the antidote. Like, to me, that just sounds like it sounds too good to be true to me personally.
True. Agreed. Harsh agreement. It is too many.
What would happen
like,
if we
it
just
sounds too
stopped?
perfect.
Like, what would happen if
Just
they
stop?
just stopped? Like, we do a fundraiser to
You know
give
what would happen if they
Matthias
just
his
stopped?
family, Woods, Sam, Bailey, everyone an all expense trip to like the Bahamas for a month,
Yeah.
and
You
then
know what
they
would
come
happen
back.
if they just stopped?
What?
It would be like the was it the gap or like between season 2 and season 3 where they said, "Yep, we're done," and then they stopped.
It was a 2-week. They took a 2-week break. and
Yeah,
then
but
they
then
started getting
the
tons of
hauntings
more.
brought him back in. So it was
Yeah.
actually Scary Barry bringing him back in, so they never left. But if they go to the
But they
Bahamas,
can't leave.
Well, yeah,
But
how
if
do you
they
know
go to
Scary
the
Barry?
Bahamas-
I want to see Scary Barry in a swimsuit in the Bahamas.
It's like those.
He's
Disney
wearing
movies
his
where the ladies
mask.
get out of the water. They just shake their hair out.
Hannah,
Oh my
that
gosh.
instead of Martimus, I need a picture of Scary Barry in a Speedo with his mask on.
I'm
Can we actually get Scary Barry wearing like one of those Hawaiian shirts?
No, I want a
Yes.
Speedo.
Gary Barry life
Banana
insurance?
hammock.
Hawaiian shirt.
Ugh.
Honestly, I feel like this entire conversation is gonna by the end of this, we're gonna absolutely agree. Let's just put the entire cast in a bubble where they think they're on the beach.
I have
they
the
did with the
best idea for
Minions.
merch.
No.
No. I think I already read your mind, Nugs.
No.
No. Somebody said Hawaiian shirt. So it's a Hawaiian shirt, but instead of flowers, it's a bunch of the logos. Or it's a button-up shirt with the logos. Because
Oh,
I
it's a
would
Hawaiian shirt. Okay. I was
no
like,
no. It's like a button-up shirt with the logo pattern all over it. I would totally wear
So
it.
all the
I
old
wear
men who
button-ups all the
watches us wear it.
I would buy.
I would
that.
wear
So that's
it.
Matt and Nick.
I wear button-ups all the time. I'm wearing
But
a button-up
imagine
right
seeing
now.
the man himself wear the merch.
Nugs created Chad the Destroyer. He creates great things.
Oh, I have to send the merch to the team.
Yeah,
You-
do it.
you-
Do it,
you-
Artie.
You
I
were the creator
do.
of Chad the Destroyer. Nugs.
I was. If you
Yeah.
guys have no idea what we're talking about, go check out Garrett's first Elden Ring stream. That was a doozy of a time, if you know what I mean.
Oh boy. Anywho,
That was amazing.
It was a lot better
was it?
than what
I gotta
Soroxa
find it.
had
It was
last
like-
night.
oh,
That
buddy.
was that was even better.
Please go check out Soroxa's stream because I make it
Yes.
chaos.
Yes.
Yeah, go check
that
it out. If I wasn't here, I would say go check it out towards the end a little bit when Soroxa goes to the bathroom.
Oh, come on. You have it clipped.
You want me to put it? You want me to
Yeah,
put it
go
out there?
ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead and make sure you put it on
Here.
YouTube so they can see it too. Yeah.
Here. It's like Sarah is saying on YouTube chat, what has this podcast evolved into?
Honestly, okay. A little break from the episode. Okay.
It's
Soroxa
probably
was streaming last night. He streams on Twitch. He was streaming a Twitch integrated game where you have a world. He is God and he controls this world, and he's a world over nuggets. You can join this and actually play as a nugget on his world.
I was
through
the
the-
president, which makes sense.
He just kept catching things on fire, and poor Sorox is trying. Our god is trying to put out the fire while a tentacle monster was trying to attack us. And then there's our president. I'm going to set this building on fire. But anyway, Soroxa did go to the bathroom, and he had everyone following my nugget around, and I decided to make a family. So, yep.
That's as far as we'll go on air. In words, dog, you do not need to go to the cat outside.
Please subscribe to Soroxa. I believe he said he was going to be streaming tonight, probably after when Garrett is. Garrett's streaming tonight the Elden Rings. So yes, follow those two
Right, Garrett,
guys,
as
and
per
you
usual,
have your
let's go.
evening plan tonight. There you go. But
Looked for I looked like Tanner. My nugget looked like Tanner.
can one of you? I have not heard this person on this platform in the longest time. Can you please bring up Grace? I have not heard from Grace in the longest time. And she has patiently been raising their hand every single podcast.
I've just invited her to speak.
Okay, thank you.
Hey.
Hello, Grace.
Hello.
Oh,
Hi,
Hello.
how are you?
I'm actually good.
Okay, you have a theory?
So I honestly thought I go with Garrett and Nugs' theory. So basically, I kind of analyzed how the height and the body type. I could tell that just because it sounded like manly doesn't mean females can actually do that. But I'm pretty sure it's either Deb or someone else that knows all of the information inside and out about us and also about the previous building, which is Spellbound. Because I was also thinking, how else do you think they'll know about the absolute? And then the saying to Matt that you're lucky that it's still keeping you alive. And the other main concern is that I don't know why the Phantom X wants us to not turn on the Spire. It's either maybe like there's something dangerous that could happen, or that something might happen to Matt that could possibly be worse than what he is.
Yeah. Well, another thing, like, if we're going to talk about, because he did say he knows the Absolute intimately. So
Yeah, that was a very interesting line.
That
yeah,
was a very
intimately.
purposeful,
Okay, there are kinks, and then there are kinks, bud.
No.
Yeah, no, let's not go that far.
But
We're already there, Artemis.
Sorry. I have a merch idea.
No, I already declined the idea. I declined the idea wholeheartedly.
Well, it was great being on here, guys. I'll see you next time.
I'll see you next time.
This is why Artemis does not have a camera, because I am beat red right now.
Oh, we need a camera. We need to do this at one point. Artemis.
I'm hoping.
It has to be done.
Okay, I'm going to DM you, so you turn as red as I am.
Uh-oh.
Oh no! What
I'm
have
hoping
you
that I
done?
I have a camera. I'm hoping I
I'm
can actually
scared.
possibly have it. Oh, you're DMing me. Oh
I
no.
DM'd you,
Oh.
and I'm going
Oh,
to DM
no.
Garrett.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, I'm saved.
What is this? What? Oh, what?
All right. I'm out.
No, I'm gone. Mm-mm. Nope.
And now this is how I run the show.
I am voiding this contract we have.
Well, hi,
No,
sorry,
no,
sorry.
she cannot send it in chat.
I
No,
cannot.
No, she can't send that in chat.
no.
No,
No.
Garrett, you said you like dark humor.
Yeah, okay.
That's
No,
not dark.
there's more than dark humor. That's not dark humor, Artemis.
Artemis, there's dark humor and then there's that. That's not even.
Anyways.
Oh man.
No. we
Anyways,
are
look
not
for our
sending that
new
to
merch
anybody.
drop next
Oh.
week. Just
Oh my no.
I mean, Whew, sorry.
Oh lordy hell.
I'm gonna have to put this in all staff so staff can laugh.
No.
No, all staff is fine.
Garrett says all staff is fine.
Well, because we all know who you.
I'm just waiting for like somebody who's not here, like Nick, to see it. Yes, it's an all staff chat. So if you were staff, you could see
and he's
it.
going to leave.
Yes,
God.
he's gonna burn our website
God.
down and leave.
You did not.
Rasta.
You did not.
I'm so sorry, Grace, that I did this during your theory.
It's okay.
Hey, Artie,
That's it.
A63 Noah from
hopping off
A63.
stage. I'm gonna curl up in the corner and pretend I do not exist.
Matthias is in
gosh.
this.
Matthias can see this, Artie.
Matthias, do you think
Bailey
Matthias
can
hangs
see
out
this.
in our all staff chat?
Bailey sometimes.
Well, Chanel certainly does sometimes.
Here.
Imagine just
Okay.
randomly scrolling and she sees that.
Oh my gosh.
Shaking
Alright.
my head.
I'm
He
sorry, guys.
said he
I'm
knew
sorry.
it intimately,
sorry.
okay?
I'm so sorry.
No, the funny thing is, I love how nobody
I
else
cannot
knows what's
put that
going
in
on.
staff
No
It's
one
so
understands this
You don't-
conversation at all.
I'm so sorry, guys. You do not want to know, but that is
You
when he
don't. No,
But
you
guys,
don't.
when he
Guys.
said he knew it intimately, that is what popped in my head.
Why?
Because
Why?
I'm sick. I'm on muscle relaxers and pain meds, like
Artie,
really
no.
high
I love
pain
this
meds.
That's
episode,
what
and
you
that didn't
meant.
even come near the front of my mind.
I know, because but
Oh.
you're innocent, okay?
Grace,
It's a
I'm
curse
so
stop.
sorry
I
for
wouldn't
doing
say
this to
that,
you.
but
I'm so sorry.
But anyways, so he said he knew it intimately. I know you guys are all like, no, you can't be normal after that. I am. Watch me. He said he knew it intimately. And it's like, and then he also kind of said that he knows every Syntec location has its secrets. So not only does he know the absolutely intimately, but he also knows every building.
That
So
was,
we're
I
not-
think, one of my favorite lines that episode where he said that he knew every Syntec location and its secret. So it was like that was really cool.
Well, but the thing is like we're not talking about. We have characters that worked in locations,
Hmm.
but this character is saying he worked in all of them.
Yeah. Hey, folks, I actually got to head out because I gotta go.
Thanks
warm up
for
my dinner and stuff,
you're welcome for
so-
the nightmares and
A
Thank you for
nightmare.
stopping by. I'm so sorry for Artie's.
I hope you saw
Hey,
Bugs.
hey, I've been here the longest out of everybody except for Artemis.
he is used to me, guys.
I'm used to Artemis. I'm used to this. Okay. Okay.
I mean, it's a
Okay.
moderate level of chaos. It could have been much, 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 much worse.
It reminded
true.
me of an SNL skit that I didn't enjoy. Oh, come on, you enjoyed this one though.
Do have full powers to delete. Okay, I will see you guys later. I hope you all have a good day.
And it
Bye.
I hope the end of the
Bye.
And it
podcast is
did it.
good. Bye, everybody on YouTube as well.
Bye,
If
Nug.
you haven't joined the Discord, join it. It's cool.
Oh god, here I go. HTTPS.
So yeah,
Thanks.
Grace.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
So, Grace,
Bye,
for
Nug.
your theory, we need to go start looking through paperwork and see if we can find somebody who's worked in all of the locations. And the only thing I can think of is Nelson. And that's about it.
Well, Nelson West. If
Yeah,
Wes is
Wes.
alive.
But Wes works. Deb's office was in location 1.
Yes.
Maybe it could
And
be
she
a past
didn't
patient that used to work there.
Well, she never worked in location 3 because that's where they set her trap. So Deb didn't work in all the locations. Her office was in location 1. We don't have Gary Reynolds working in locations, but his project that they were working for him on was at location 3. There was no location 1 for him.
Mhm.
We need to get a science babe up here. But location
First to call Steph because she's probably awake right now. If
it's I think she might be at work. But
Sure.
Steph is
She
active.
active?
If Steph is usually awake at this time.
Send her a message and ask her if she knows of anyone who has worked in all of the locations.
Ooh.
And I think we need to start going through the paper trail and looking for that, because somebody who knows the absolute intimately and he knows the buildings intimately,
Mm-hmm.
we need to start looking down that route, and that is where we should start our paper trails. I think thank you so much for reminding me about that, Grace,
You're welcome.
because that you just gave us a starting point, and that is our starting point. Who worked in all of the locations. So thank you so much for that, Grace.
You're welcome.
Have a great one. And so
You
sorry
too.
about the
Yeah.
the Artemis moment.
It's okay. Make me laugh.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed that. That's why people come to this podcast. Thank you, Grace.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Grace.
You're welcome.
Do you know how to take her out down?
Yeah.
Okay.
1 second.
All right.
There we
So,
Done.
do you see anyone down there, Garrett, that you would like to talk to?
Let's see.
Pick your favorite.
Who is
We
your
have
favorite?
Southern.
Pressure.
We do have Southern that raised their hand.
Okay.
Yo, tier 2.
So let's get Southern. Do you want to talk? Oh, you
He
wanna
is
talk.
on. He is on the thing.
Yep. All right. I will invite Southern on to talk. On to talk. That's English.
Get up here.
Get up here.
Well,
Hello, Southern.
well.
Hello, Southern.
Hi. Also,
No, your name. Your name. I just
waiting.
noticed it.
I was waiting.
But Artemis has kicked. All right. That's time to kick you out. No.
I was literally waiting for you to notice.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
that's
the only
funny.
reason we want it up here.
No, it's not. You also didn't notice this, Artemis.
Oh,
In chat.
Yeah.
what have we done?
There are
Okay,
kinks,
so-
and then there are kinks.
All right. Southern, do you have a theory you want to talk about?
Theory, yes. I wrote it on Reddit, but I'm gonna read it here too. Artemis, do you remember back when during the murder tape, I talked about how blanks would still shatter glass and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay, well to me that's come full circle. So I said double X is. I said after reading today's episode or watching today's episode, he appeared without warning. Yes, I know I said reading. Putting together some theories I've had in the past. I've decided that double X is Wes. I said, hear me out. I've had this theory stuck in my head, and I shared it with a few Discord servers. Wes is not dead. Watching the VCR of the gunshot, blanks really do shatter glass. There was no glass that shattered out. I know the VCR is fuzzy, but you would still see glass fly. So what if the blank went off, Wes acted dead, for some reason, Deb thought he actually was dead, ran off out of fear and sadness, or scaredness, and then Wes became one of the phantoms for Cyphus, which I later then changed, was like, well, maybe something else came up or something. I said maybe double X. Him and Cyphus then went to the field and made a fake gravesite. And then I said, even if the bullet didn't go through, the sound trapped in a closed area like that, echoing, was loud enough to shatter glass. Now, from today's episode, when Matt talked about how Double X was here for the absolate, Matt asked if Double X knew what the absolate does, and his response was intimately, giving us the idea that it caused pain with some intimate or super close, or with someone intimate or super close, aka Deb, quote unquote, killing Wes. And that's my theory.
My only problem is that we had 8 years in between Wes's murder and Deb burying him to this moment.
Right.
Well, 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
Deb knew where the absolute was. Why does she now need to like threaten Matt to get it when she knew it was buried in a hole in the middle of nowhere the entire time?
Well, I mean, Matt now has it, so maybe she knows that the serum bomb went off, and the absolate's the only thing keeping Matt alive, and so
What did
she knows that he's not going to give up the absolute easily. So maybe this is what she's got to do.
Scary Barry said something about they're surprised that Matt's still alive while wearing it or something? What did they say before? Word for word, does anyone know what he said before?
Oh, wait, I have
He did
here.
something like that.
Here,
Yes.
I have the whole dialogue between them.
It says right here. It says that. No, you're lucky you're still alive with it hanging around your neck.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so that was okay. So that could be either taken that it's slowly killing Matthias and Matthias doesn't know it, or that it's a threat. Like, oh, you're still wearing it. It makes you a target, and I'm going you're the next murder victim.
Right.
It could be taken that way, but the thing is like the only person that I fully trust, because the evidence points me to this person, is the experiment survivor. And she said it's keeping him alive.
Yeah.
And I trust her because she basically gave her life for our team.
Who, Deb?
No, the experiment survivor.
Oh, no, the experiment survivor.
And she said it's keeping him alive. So
no,
Matt, don't take it off.
I thought you were talking about Deb. I was like, did I miss something?
It's the arc reactor.
Artemis, I got what you asked. Steph replied to me.
Okay, what did she say?
She sent their files and said, considering Syntec had many locations, no, everyone had at most 4, most had only 1. And the only people we do know which locations they worked at was Ben and Deb. No, I said a falsehood. Jordan also has a primary work location. Deb is mainly location 3, but has on locations 1, 4, and 9 projects at. Wes is not given any primary work location. Gary Reynolds is government contract. He does not need locations. Scott Cleric was not given, but it is known that he transferred from location 14 to somewhere else. Jordan Kendall, location 1 with Deb, doesn't have any other locations. And then Ben is primarily 3 with another location in 1.
Right.
The other Syntec profiles have no work locations. All of them are unavailable. And yeah. Also, by the way, thanks, Steph, for replying and giving us the file.
Yes, thank you, Steph.
Go check out the Science Babes on YouTube. Plug.
We had a good everyone in the Science Babes had a fun time last night.
Yeah, and it was very as I usually go in and spark chaos, and then somebody in the chat said that they wanted to see me and Deb fight, and I was like, "Bring it, Deb!" So
we were setting up a full. We were set in the chat. We were basically setting up a full UFC fight card. It was going to be Artemis and Deb. I think I saw somebody talk about Wes and Cyphus, and that was going to be known as the who's the better co-founder or something like that. And it was just we were I had people I saw people making full on UFC fight cards. It was hilarious.
Yeah, they wanted a cage match between me and Deb. Then it was me and Jordan.
Yeah.
Bring it. I'll take on Scary Barry.
Artemis ain't scared of nothing.
The only person I'm scared of is Squatter.
Yes, you should be.
He's tall I'm a little shorty, but he's tall. And I saw a picture of him, and it was like an artsy picture of him. Like, it was black and white, but he was doing this, like, angry face. And I'm like, but that's my friend. He looks so angry. And it's all like, he's scary. I'm like,
He's scared.
he's scary. Like, yeah, so squatter. Squatters.
one other thing-
Also,
Oh.
Artemis, I was gonna say you were talking about how like project like Phantom X was trying to like distract us from the Spire or something like that. You were talking about that earlier.
Well, it's using the negative suggestion, I feel like, because it's like, don't do
Right.
this, don't do that. And it's like, what if I do? I'm like,
Yeah.
what if I do?
I was thinking that maybe I also had like another small theory that Phantom X was sent by Deb to distract us and Subject 1, 2, and 3 from turning on the Spire. Kind of like
I just
great,
want to
we
know.
have-
I know that the Spire's important now,
right.
but I want to know. I want to think for ourselves. I don't want to do something because someone says not to do it, and I don't want to do something because someone says to do it. I want to look at all the facts, look at all the evidence. If the machine was in front of me today, I would have, like, I'm not an engineer, but I would have all my engineering friends, all my mechanic friends over here trying to figure out, if I do this, what is this going to do? If I do this, what is this going to do? Like, I want to know exactly what it does, and I want to think for myself. Like, I would have it live streamed, basically, and go, what are we going to do, guys?
Right.
If I was Subject 1, that's exactly what I would do. But Subject 1 was chosen for his position. So, and it's his YouTube channel, you know, his name's on it and everything, but
You gotta make those calls.
yeah, he gets to do that call. So, and I get to sit back and judge him for it. That is my job description. That is my job description.
We only give the ideas. It's up to him to actually roll with those ideas.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, Matt does listen. He does read. He does look at theories. But I also, you know what else pisses me off about this episode? I hate being used as a weapon. And Scary Barry did that. He used us and what we have been saying and what we have been thinking this past season and used us as a weapon. And I hate that.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
But
it doesn't surprise me. All the other people have been threatened to some level, even if just emotionally. And because we're an outsider point of view, we haven't gotten really the chance to feel threatened or feel used.
I think
Well,
the only time we have
Feel
come
like-
close to feel like we have to get this right was when Matthias found out that Woods and Sam went to location 3 and he reached out to us and he was all alone.
Yeah.
That SOS chat, I felt the pressure. Like, we have to think this through. We have to get this right. And the fact that this is what they're doing on a daily, you. You. So, but thank you so much for that, Southern. I want to get to one more person.
Yes.
Sure.
Can we bring up Raccoon?
Yes.
I think they had their hand
Oh.
raised.
They did.
Hey, Raccoon, I saw your hand up. Why did you put it
Raccoon.
down?
Or
Put
Raccoon
it
said
back up.
no.
No? Oh, okay. You had your hand up. So.
Do you want me to read it for you? I can
Yeah,
if you
if
need
you
me to.
type it out, we'll read it. We can sit here and talk about the inappropriate thing I posted in all staff chat.
Oh, lordy.
Oh my god.
Hannah!
Yeah, it's got worse.
Hannah!
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I'm in
Uh.
love.
Matilda just I'm gonna go.
Matilda's like, no, please.
I love how Hannah
Yeah,
said, I'm done now. This is my resignation letter. Do you guys want to see her letter?
Is it the Oh wait, she did it. Yep. 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 No,
There
I had
it
seen
is.
it. I reacted to it. but I
Scary
did not
Barry in the
process it.
Bahamas.
Just comes out of the water. He's like, I knew I could
Hannah,
find
my
you."
beloved.
I pictured like the hippo from Madagascar. I like 'em big. I like 'em chunky. Kind of like that.
Watched that
Moto!
recently. Moto.
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 Some name so nice you say it twice.
Barry.
Berry. Ah, there he is. I like
There he is.
I like all of them.
Oh, that's amazing. All right. Do we want to pull out somebody else then? If Raccoon
do we
doesn't want
have
to come up,
any just listeners that have their hands raised?
I do have
Oh.
Roger326 that said he has a quick
Okay.
theory.
All right,
All right,
let's go
we'll
ahead
get
and
you
do
up there.
Roger.
All right, Roger. I sent you an invite.
Roger.
Roger that.
Hey.
Hey, Roger.
Hey.
Okay, so
There you
1 second, real quick.
No worries.
are. We'll talk about Moto.
Well, I had to close my bedroom door because one, I have double muffed headphones on, and I can be quite loud sometimes.
Oh, okay.
All right. No worries.
So,
I'll keep it down.
just a quick disclaimer, for Inknight. Disclaimer is my theory does not have anything to do with alters or anything like that.
Does it have to
Mhm.
do
But
with mental health?
No, I honestly don't know, but it does have to. I'll just tell you, and you can tell me if it does.
Okay.
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 Okay, so basically, my theory was that it was that what if meeting Scary Barry, he's actually like it's a I honestly really don't know how to say this. It's like basically he's like being that his earlier seasons people said that the with Ben people said he thought, oh my word.
It's okay.
People
Take a
have-
breath.
people
Collect
You got this,
yourself.
Roger.
You got it, dude.
I know I'm saying that I'm wearing a hat,
sweating.
but it's okay. Even if you say something, we're here to spread information and make sure everybody is like on the same page, even if it's not a correct theory or if it passes the line. Information
so-
and acceptance.
Okay, so I'll start with the easier one I can go through. I was going to be like, what if Matthias is slowly becoming a phantom, being that he still has the serum in him and they haven't found an antidote yet? So, and my second one that slightly goes with Southerns was, but it kind of alters in a way, like it differs, not alters. what if him talking to Scary Barry, he's actually just, in a sense, talking to himself.
So the
In,
Gollum
like,
theory.
basically, yeah.
So
But
Gollum versus
that's
Smeagol.
what I meant when I said it doesn't really have anything to do with alters, being that people can also still see.
No, because in Gollum was not it wasn't an altar. He was talking to the ring.
Yeah.
So if we have, like, I think in the best way to put it, like, if you're going to put this theory up on Reddit and you don't want to mention like alters or DID or anything like that, and you don't want it to be taken that way, you can use the Gollum theory, because Gollum is talking. It's actually Smeagol talking to the ring that he named Gollum, because that's the noise he makes when he's speaking. So it's not really Gollum talking to himself. It's Smeagol having a conversation with the ring. So if we're gonna step back and say that Matt is having a conversation, it could be the absolute. It could be the absolute or the serum. It could be the serum, or it could be the absolute he's having a conversation with. It's not necessarily him. It's not an alter, but it can actually be an actual entity outside of Matthias that's influencing what he's seeing in the brain, what he's having this conversation in the brain. Does that make sense?
Yes, and also another thing, what you were talking about, the whole hallucination thing earlier.
Yeah.
Another thought I had was, what if if I'm correct, wasn't that stairway one of aren't those stairways the ones that don't have cameras?
I think none of the
Where
stairways have
Scary
cameras.
Barry is standing, there is a camera over by the
Yeah.
conference room pointed at it. But
Yeah.
where
Okay.
Matt is standing, there is no camera.
Okay, so that's where I'm coming from at the moment. So what my brain just came up with right now was, I was going to say, what if when the team went back to check the cameras, they ended up like how Scary Barry altered the footage from all the other cameras? He did the same with the confrontation with Matt, and it just made Matt look crazy.
Well, most likely, if Matt's gonna show any footage of Scary Barry, it would be the one that's actually from the camera, not the actual, the security cams, because he knows that he can tamper them because of the messages on the wall just appearing. So I think that if Matt would show his team Scary Barry, it would definitely be through the camera that he's using when talking to him.
Also, another thought.
That SD card would go from Matt to Megadesk to Quinn, who's in Phoenix. Quinn sending it back, upload.
Yes.
It's not
Also,
going through a digital ties type of thing.
Also, another thought that I had last night was, being that Scary Barry also had influence over the mannequin, what if he has, like, as you were saying, the thought of Scary Barry being like some type of entity.
Mm-hmm.
He has the power to like teleport anywhere near Matt, wherever, somewhere close by Matt is, if that is English enough. Hopefully you could understand what I just said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So basically, in a sense, I'm trying to say that, like, how the mannequin, wherever Matt is, the mannequin would be close by. Be like, we all know that Scary Barry walked out of the building, but how do we not know that when Matt was in his office locking up, and how do we know he didn't like teleport to the top of the stairs?
Okay. Okay, wait, I just had a thought. That would be interesting if we look at the Nest cameras and Scary Barry's not at the top of the stairs, but it's the mannequin.
Ah, no!
In the sense, it's basically, if anyone plays Overwatch, it's basically like what's her name? The hacker girl who you place something down, and then whenever you're low on health, you can teleport to your little thing you placed down. And the mannequins are basically Scary Barry's waypoints in a sense.
Mm-hmm. I the only problem that I have with the mannequin is the first mannequin that we saw was wearing Matt's clothing, and that mannequin was the same mannequin that was it wasn't like a series of different mannequins. We were only dealing with one mannequin in that episode because it had the same clothes. But then there's like the scientist inside me that's all like, you do know that when you go buy clothes and you purchase it, that one shirt, they made more than one. Shut up. No.
Didn't
No.
like Sam or Woods when they were in the Matt's old upstairs office before it got renovated into the war room, he had like 5 or 6 of the same shirt.
Well, I mean, it's a black shirt, but the pants with the specific holes in them
Yeah.
and the distressing of those pants.
That'd be very meticulous if like
Dude, you know what they should have done? They should have put something in the pocket.
Oh, that'd been cool.
They should
Or
have
like
put
a
something in the
sticker.
pocket and then not said anything, put something in the pocket, and then when the mannequin moved, check and see if that object that you put in the pocket is
there.
still in the pocket.
Spooky. Put Cheerios in the pocket. There you go. No.
Well, now we can't do that. That's on air now. Sorry, the only thing that came up to my head was sunflower seeds because of that granny in Ukraine.
Yes. Oh, she's such a bee. I love her.
She
like,
is
oh
my
gosh.
Bamf.
That was amazing, that comment. I was like, damn.
But to go with the whole Cheerio thing, the little Cheerio joke you just were saying, I was just thinking, what if like when Matt's like just at home before he heads to the studio, it's just as a joke, Luna just comes up behind him and puts like a few Cheerios in his pocket without him knowing.
And then they do that, and he's like, wait, hold on a second.
I was like, how do these Cheerios get in my pocket?
One thing also I want to note that we haven't really discussed a lot is when Matt says, then tell me this. Did the serum bomb go off? And the Double X says, you didn't think it would be safe with the police, did you? That one too always got me like, huh.
But that does, in a sense, connect with when Ben said, where he was talking about how
He was safe.
Yeah, he was being taken care of and he was comfortable there.
Mm-hmm.
But
it does
Now
make
that you said that, Garrett, I am suddenly very concerned. Because now I'm like, is the survivor really dead? Because cops.
Yeah.
We're already associating cops with untrustworthiness because of the bomb and because of Ben and because of the pen.
But
All we know is that we know.
but the question on my head at the moment is from the end of this week's episode during the next time clip. The question on my head is it's more of a two-question thing. It's one, did Scary Barry visit John Doe? And two, what was John Doe compromised in?
I don't know. The whole John Doe thing is still under suspicion and no evidence.
Yeah.
We have
And we'll find
literally
out
the
more.
only thing we know is he likes New Balances. That's all we know about that guy. And he works slow. He's not a good detective.
His shoes aren't bad either.
The only people that I know of who like New Balances are
Old
John
men.
Doe and middle-aged men.
Old.
Old white guys.
That's very true.
Ugh. Well, I'm sorry, Roger, to cut you short. We're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to wrap it up here. We have been on air for way too long, and I know that Garrett has to get to streaming, and he probably needs a break, and his dog probably needs to go potty before he goes on streaming.
Well, I'll let you go. I had fun up here.
Thank you.
Have a
Thank
good
you for your
stream, Garrett.
insights.
Thank you so much, Roger. Thank you for your theories.
Yes, thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Well, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. We've been going on for a couple hours here, but there was a lot of things, also a lot of bunny trails. But what do you expect? Artie is on pain meds.
What is Artie like without pain meds? Question mark.
Well, I mean, I haven't been on pain meds an entire year. It's only been this week. But I want to remind everyone about heading over to S4 Podcast to get your official merch from the podcast. Head over there to listen to the latest podcast. Also head over there for for the latest episodes to keep track of us. We're also going to be inviting a lot more artists in the community to post their artworks up there for sale. So if you're a fan of the other great artists that are amongst this community, we're inviting them to also use our platform and our website so that they can, get their feet wet on what it is. What is it like to buy merch, and what is it like to sell merch, and to boost their confidence to get more stuff out there, because we have some amazing talented artists out there that are, they're not putting their talents to a use that they can actually make a profit from. So look for their merch. We're also going to have limited edition merch drops, so look for that. Random promo codes throughout videos. You'll never know what you're going to get with Artemis. I think you know that from this episode, but yeah. Also, I want to invite everyone to head over to Garrett's stream. Garrett, when are you going to stream right after this, or when are they going to catch you?
So the stream starts at 7:30.
What time is it for you?
6:53 for me.
Okay, so in a couple
about
hours,
30 minutes.
We do have, in the meantime, we do have Soroxa streaming now, I believe.
Yes. We do, yes. He is streaming right now.
Yeah, and Nugs, you're supposed to be gone.
Oh my gosh,
I'm
is he
here,
back?
and nobody's here yet, so I'm sitting in the car.
Oh, you're sitting in the car. You're like, I miss my friends.
I'm here talking to my friends.
I miss my friends.
Hey, I can be up here too.
Yes.
You get to hear. You get to hear my favorite audio, phone mic audio, in a car of all places.
Oh, here we go.
You get to hear car.
You
car.
sound more
Nugs.
nasally.
Oh, we heard
You're sounding like
Matthias
males.
in a car.
This is starting to sound like Matthias in the car. We're getting flashbacks of this
I
moment.
have no idea how to work.
I have to figure out how to. So
How
everyone
do I
here.
work audio in Discord mobile? What do I do?
Nugs,
It's in
Nugs,
settings.
breathe. You have the list of people, and then you have like a small cog. If you're just seeing like the profiles with the squares at like full screen,
Oh,
there should
Lord.
be like a small people icon on the top right. And that should
No,
open the normal
am
settings
Look,
for
it's
you.
all good. I do have to go anyway. My phone is gonna die.
Okay.
You haven't charged your phone?
Apparently
Yeah,
not.
I did, but
Ethan.
podcasts and stuff.
Ethan.
No. I'm trying
Yes,
to
you
figure
do.
out how to host somebody on Twitch. I've done it.
Slash host. Slash
Why are you
host.
raid?
I'm
slash
reading
host.
Soroxa
Don't ask
right
me.
now.
I don't know how
She
Twitch
can't
works.
rate.
Says the person who you guys want to
Okay.
put on Twitch.
So yes, head over. Soroxa is playing. It's called Universe Sim. I am actually going to. I made hamburgers for dinner, so I'm gonna go grab another burger, and then I'm going to cause chaos on Soroxa. So please, if you are on YouTube, if you are on Twitch, he has 1 viewer right now, guys. Like,
Come on, get 2
Well,
viewers.
Not anymore.
We
There's
need-
3.
like, I mean, we have 340 followers on Subject 4 Podcast. We need Garrett needs more followers. We have so Squala. So he's Squala234 on Twitch.
You say
So-
Squala?
Isn't it? No, it's
No,
Squall.
it's Squall.
Sorry. Sorry.
This
I
is like
moved
someone's
away
trying to
from
find
my.
me.
I actually like creeped away from my screen, because my dog got tangled in my mic cord.
Oh, no, it's okay.
So I'm like, okay. So twitch.tv/squall SQUALL234. Hit follow
Do
on
not put a
him.
second
Then
A.
head over to Soroxa.
Yes. Go see
Yes.
Soroxa.
I'm trying to. Where? I know you were like, it's /host. Oh, in the chat. Okay, never mind. I forgot
Yeah,
about
you
that.
do in the chat.
/host. So if you head over to the subject for Twitch, I'm gonna be hosting it.
There.
It's not working.
Okay, Artemis, you could also go under. You can also do it in like the channel. What's it called? Creator dashboard. You can do it there too as well.
Ah! I did it. Ha! I did it.
Did it?
I did it, guys. We are
Good
hosting
job.
Soroxa on the Subject 4 podcast. Head over there. Go over there. What should we have them say?
All right, I'm hosting Soroxa
Right? There's
too.
already a partial raid happening. So.
Okay, good. I want everyone who's listening to my voice right now, head over to Soroxa and say
Thanks.
Artemis
Done.
has kinks.
Artemis has kinks.
Artemis has kinks. Go over there, show your support. Remember, if the more bits that you give him, the more points you get in the game. If you start playing the game, to get into that game that he is playing, all you have to do is #create nug space. If you want female, male. If you don't care, then just go ahead and put #create a nug. Your nug will show up on this left side of his screen. Build up your points, and I'll catch you guys there after I'm done scarfing down a burger. And make sure that you also give Squala a follow so you can see him go live and play Elden Rings. Did I get that
Yeah.
right? I got that right.
You got that
I
right.
got
Good
that
job,
right.
Artemis.
So
Yeah.
buy some merch, hit like, bang that bell. Do all the stuff that you have to do. Leave a comment in the description, even if it is Artemis has kinks. It tells the algorithm that you're paying attention in this video. And if you made it to this part of the video, you are paying attention. Let's, no jokes about that. But thank you, everyone. We will probably see you guys on Saturday if there's a video on Friday. There might be a video on Friday. But if we do see you on Saturday it will be Nugs and the mods, and the next following Saturday I might have a special guest for that. So we will see you guys there. You guys have a great week. Be safe, be kind to each other, and don't let the enemy within win. Good night.